Hey everyone, it's Rashni and welcome to week number, what week are we on? 9. Yeah, that took a long time, huh? That's how my mind feels right now. Week number 9, pregnancy vlog. I am sitting in my bathroom with a cup of tea, yes, because it's the best lighting, so you guys know this is where I do my videos. And I just jotted down a bunch of notes because at first I thought I didn't have much to tell you guys, but I think I do have enough to vlog about. So yesterday was my 9-week mark. I have been having similar symptoms to what I had before. My boobs are killing me, and I never go without a bra. If you are curious, yes, I dressed up for the video. This is a bra showing, and I don't really care if you care or not, because it's comfortable. I got it for free from Victoria's Secret. It's one of these racerback clip in the front situations, and it's extremely soft and comfortable. If you are a family member or like one of my nephews watching this video and I just horrified you talking about my bra and grabbing my boobs, just let me know, and next time Auntie Rashni sees you, she will give you $5 for your future therapy visits, because it's that serious. Anyway, so that's happening. With respect to my food issues, I'm still having difficulty with nausea, even though I've been given medication by the doctor. I'll take it. It won't kick in 20 minutes in. I'll still be kind of lightly nauseous. And then all of a sudden, like 4 hours later, I'll be fine. So I don't really have an appetite for anything. I do have strange cravings. My most recent craving is for white chocolate. Food to me is a chore. Food is like, I make the food. Last night my husband made me salmon and I made just plain basmati rice. Today I had chicken and some pasta and veggies, and I mean, I'm eating really small portions, you guys, which is not the greatest. And I'm also kind of like, it's hard. I have to force myself to get the food in my mouth. I've been having a lot of problems drinking water as I sit here and drink tea. For some reason, tea and coffee are not bothering me. My doctor told me no caffeinated coffee anymore. And honestly, I haven't had coffee in 3 weeks because once I got really sick to my stomach, I had stopped eating everything. And since then, I just haven't done the coffee. But for some reason, tea and coffee and stuff does not bother me. So I don't know. So the other major symptom beyond that, like heartburn and stuff like that, is that I am generally exhausted. Now, it's improved a little bit, but it's like, it's improved, but it's like I'll have these spurts of energy and I'll get up, do like 1 or 2 things, like unpack the dishwasher and, you know, whatever, unpack the dishwasher or do something else, and then I'm done. Like I spend the majority of my day reclining on the couch. Thank God that I was able to work from home the past couple weeks. And unfortunately, most of the project work that I've been doing where I can work from home, I'm done with. So I'm going to have to try to pick myself up and go into work from now on. Not only that, but since I work and I'm hourly and my husband and I will be traveling over the break, I want to, you know, bring in some more money because I have been feeling sick and my hours have been weird. So anyway, that's just kind of rough, and I really wish you guys were watching this real time now, because I would beg you guys to pray for me. But the exhaustion has been really, really rough. I am having absolutely no problem sleeping whatsoever. I can sleep on a dime. Here's a huge symptom that I want to talk to you guys about. Depression and moodiness. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. You who are watching may not be a subscriber, regular subscriber to my channel, and if you're not, please subscribe. But I was diagnosed with depression a long time ago. If I remember to, I'll put a video down below with my whole story about that. But I've been managing my own depression for years, sans medication. I did have meds back in the day, but I don't, like way back in the day, I don't do it anymore. But I have been having a lot of issues with the feelings of depression and those old kind of weighted, pointless, just everything feelings coming back and making it kind of difficult to even move through the day. Now, I manage my depression with pretty simple means. I mean, in my mind, how I eat is one of the major things. How much sleep I get, right, is another major thing. I guard what I let come in my space. So just foolishness, anxiety causing things, stressful things, I do my best. And with supplement, just very healthy, kind of that kind of thing. And So I can see how I may have been letting some of those things slide because, you know, my food is off. How I've been eating, I've kind of slipped up on that. I've been eating really carb heavy, and I usually don't eat a lot of sugar at all. I haven't been taking a lot of my supplements like I had been taking for a while. So, you know, like my fish oil and proclaim, all these different things. And so anyway, long story short, that, and one of my major depression triggers is when I get sick, and when I get sick for a prolonged period of time. So obviously feeling sick like I have been for the past 3 weeks straight is not helping. That, and the fact that it's winter now and it's dim outside. And even though I've never been a person to say that I deal with seasonal affective disorder, is that what you say? With SAD? You can't help but be, for me, I do kind of feel sad when it's cold. It's not even the darkness, I think. It's the cold. So anyway, all those things combined have not been making for a happy me on certain days. Yesterday was a really bad day. I could barely get out of the bed. When I finally did get out of the bed from pure exhaustion, I literally had to get ready and I had to talk to God, like verbally walk around the house and speak out loud saying, God, you need to help me because I can't function right now, and like that kind of stuff. And I found myself just being really weepy, kind of just thinking, what is the point? You know, just dragging, no energy. Yesterday when I was driving home, I almost started crying like 3 times. And I am not a person to just bust out crying because of all the hormones. You know, pregnancy hormones just have you in a swirl. So I find that, and this is kind of funny, I find that I am really short on patience with what I consider to be foolishness. Now, a lot of times when there's foolishness in my life, I just kind of I find a way to eliminate it from my life. But there are some ways, and let me specifically say, there are some people who I cannot eliminate, or I choose not to eliminate. Like, I'm finding that sort of person who in the past I was able to put some frosting on, some grace and mercy, that sort of person is annoying the flipping daylights out of me nowadays, okay? And I can't even find my frosting anymore. I can't find my grace and mercy. This is kind of random, but it'll make sense. A few weeks ago, I shared with someone that I was trying to get pregnant. The reason why is because they also shared with me that they were trying to get pregnant. And so I was like, oh, me too. So I thought that was kind of cool. And we kind of shared that we were going through the same experience. At the time when I shared it with them, I was pregnant, but I did not know. So we were both kind of discussing what it was like. Neither of us have had any children. This would be our first, and we were both kind of excited to find somebody that was going through the same exact experience. Fast forward, obviously I have since found out that I am with child, and never got to follow up with them to find out if they were. I did see them like a few weeks ago, and I opted not to mention that I was pregnant at that point. Something in my head said not to. So anyway, I found out yesterday actually, that they are not pregnant still. And it really had me thinking because, okay, this may sound really weird, but I'm going to share it. Every time I thought about getting pregnant, I thought it would take me a really long time. Now, I don't know why I thought it would take me a really long time. I think because I have been on so many online forums and websites, and I have friends in real life, and just lots of different things where people have had difficulty getting pregnant. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't people who haven't. There are lots of people who haven't, but for some reason my mind kind of focused in on the fact that I am 35 years old, I'm 35 and a half. And the older you get, you know, these kind of difficulties do arise. I did notice that those difficulties did arise in people who were older, older in pregnancy ages, you know, 35 is the old woman age, right? And I also know that in my family, women tend to go through early menopause. So I just kind of thought that the older I got, the more I was kind of setting myself up for failure or even a like disappointment. I know that's kind of bad to say, but this is my vlogs. I'll just say it never ever dawned on me, never ever dawned on me that my husband and I would start trying. When I say trying, we just decided to just, you know, let stuff do what it do and see what happens. And in the span of 6 weeks, I would find out I was pregnant. Now, technically it took us under 6 weeks because when we started trying, I had already ovulated. So if you were really counting that out, it took us under 1 cycle to get pregnant. Never. If you had told me that that was going to happen, I would have never believed you. And then on top of that, I always thought that if me and another person, I don't know why, but I always thought that if me and another person were trying at the same time, I would be the one, they would get pregnant and I would not. And I always envisioned myself as the person who would have to be like, oh, watching them go through their pregnancy while I'm sitting over here wondering what's going on with my body. I never thought it would be the other way around. Never. So when I found out yesterday that this person was not pregnant yet, I'm gonna say yet because they really haven't been trying that long, honestly, but I guess it's because I got pregnant so fast that, but when I found out they weren't pregnant yet, I felt kind of uncomfortable and I didn't know what to say, so I didn't tell them I was pregnant. Yeah, so I don't know what to think about that. It's just a really kind of awkward feeling. It makes me feel kind of sad, and it just dawned on me like yesterday. I never thought I would be the person on the side that was pregnant and the other person had not gotten pregnant yet. So anyway, I'm just going to keep praying for her that she does get pregnant, and I just wanted to throw that thought out there because it was in my noggin. Last thing I wrote down, and then I'm going to wrap this up for week 9, is I did purchase my first things for baby. The other stuff is still coming in the mail. So the things that I purchased are because, like I said, we are waiting so long to tell everyone because my husband and I want to tell my mother and father in person and brother when we are in the Virgin Islands over the holidays. So because of that, we're just gonna give them Christmas gifts that have to do with like grandparenting. And I got a couple some onesies, and then I got this book for my mom, and we're just gonna let them open up the package and figure it out. So the first thing I bought, actually this is for my mom, so this isn't really for baby, but the first thing I bought is this book. And I bought it because I love the title. It says, I loved you before you were born. And it's by Anne Bowen, illustration by, what is that? Greg Shed. Now, the reason I love this book is because my mother is always talking about grandchildren. And not only that, my mother always says this thing about how some kids come into this world and nobody wants them. And she said some kids, people are anticipating them and waiting on them and they're not here yet. And that was her kind of way of trying to guilt me, you know what I mean, into having some babies. But still, the sentiment was, you know, she's waiting on this kid. She loves them so much. Where are her grandkids? You know, like she like pre-loved them is what I got out of that. So when I saw this book, I was like, that's perfect. So she's going to get this, and she's going to get a onesie that says, I love my grandmother or something. And then that'll be thing enough. So it's really cute. It has all these illustrations. I wish they were black folk, but whatever. The other thing that kind of annoyed me was I didn't realize that it was going to be from the perspective of like the dad's mother. So it's a children's book, but some of the stuff talks about how like your dad used to kick inside my stomach, and hello no. So I took me a Sharpie and I crossed it out and put your mom. So anyway, that's going to be part of my mother's reveal on Christmas Day. So if you guys happen to have heard some loud screaming in a Virgin Islands accent coming from the south of you or wherever you are in the world, that would be my mother. So that's it. I will see you guys next week. Oh, I'm totally forgetting. Measurements and weight and belly shot. Yep, let's do that. Okay, first my weight, and I am not wearing the same clothes. Obviously, I'm failing at wearing the same thing, so you guys will just have to deal. First, my weight. I knew I was losing weight. Okay, 181.2. This is ridiculous. I'm telling you, this morning sickness is whooping my tail. Anyway, here we go. 9 weeks pregnant. Don't look any different. Now, I don't notice any difference. I see some fullness right here. That fullness was there before. So, if that's baby, I'd be shocked because, really, I think that looks like the regular flab. But anyway, there is 9 weeks. Let me go up on the door. There's 9 weeks. There's something going on there. I feel like it's flab. I haven't noticed a difference. There's the front. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, but let me not. And then there's that side. All right, I got that tape measure out. And there's that infamous stretch mark. Oh, listen, shirt. Comply. All right, there we go. So I go across the top of that stretch mark and right below the belly button. I guess I do see a little pudginess, and I really haven't eaten that much today, so maybe something's going on. Today's pudginess has measured me at just a little bit under 35. So like 34 and, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 34 and 7/8. So 34 and 7/8. So there you have it. 9-week tummy. I don't see anything. I see some muscles like I was working out or something, but I ain't worked out in years. So anyway, there you have it. Boop. Okay, now bye for real, you guys. Bye. 10 weeks and 2 days. 10 weeks and 2 days. Let me preface this by saying I am not feeling that great right now, so that's why I have my Perrier. This has been a crazy week, you guys. Every time I sit down to do one of these videos, I think I'm not going to have anything to tell you.